People need to choose whether vaccinations are optional. Yes, they have their benefits, but they also can cause neurological problems, cancer, SIDS, and fevers. Vaccines contain toxic substances. There is no scientific evidence that they are effective, and data is sometimes misinterpreted or misrepresented, and there are examples that prove vaccines are not doing their job. Despite fear created by pharmaceutical companies, children can develop natural immunity. And as I said, there is no scientific evidence behind vaccines. The double-blind placebo studies have never been conducted, and good science relies on the scientific method. Baylock said, Baylock said, physician groups met repeatedly to discuss the vaccine problem and said as long as they were profitable, they would never be eliminated. Vaccines include many dangerous chemicals like methylmercury, MSG, and formaldehyde. All are toxic and cause cancer. Other dangerous chemicals in vaccination is cadmium, glycerin, acetone, yeast protein, antifreeze, and lead. Dr. Suzanne Humphreys stated, vaccines put children at risk for kidney disease. Vaccines limit the development of immune systems, and the WHO, or World Health Organization, admits children under 2 do not constantly develop immunity after vaccination. In 1976, children received 10 vaccinations before attending school. Today, they will receive over 36 or more. What does this mean for their long-term health? Vaccinations need to be optional. You have the right to say no. Who takes responsibility for the children's harm after taking the vaccination? Nobody. In fact, in 2011, the Supreme Court affirmed that injured patients can't sue for being vaccinated. The main reason to vaccinate is to prevent diseases and protection, but unfortunately science does not support it with outbreak after outbreak among vaccinated individuals. Vaccines are not safe. Forms from the CDC state otherwise. Vaccinations are toxic. Who would drink poison? Nobody. Good news, natural exposure to diseases is the best vaccine, the only way to create a permanent immunity. It is obvious that raising the age and waiting for the immune system to develop is the best way to go at it, or just don't get a vaccination at all. U.S. children take more vaccines than any other developed country in the world, and we have a higher infant mortality rate too. Dr. Robert Mendelsohn stated, vaccinated individuals are 14 times more likely to get mumps than unvaccinated. The polio disease dropped drastically before vaccinations because of hygiene and sanitation and nutrition. The community needs to stand up for the children, or we need to stand up for ourselves. It is time to demand the medical communities to stop breaking the rules and follow good science. It is time to question for logic behind mass poisoning of individuals and children, and stop calling it good medicine. Don't forget all the negative aspects of vaccinations: poison, lack of research, lack of evidence, and be sure to follow the money. Ask yourself, who will profit from the continued production of over-vaccination? What can you do? You can educate yourself, demand logical answers, and don't allow fear to overrule your common sense. the vaccination and I won't make them sick.
Huh?
I think I said that right.
Okay.
When they were doing the study on how America has a higher mortality rate in infants, were they taking into consideration that we do have more, like we have a larger population than most countries? Do you know that, or? Okay.
If you're saying that vaccines don't work, right?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they do work, like, what do you call it?
Or
Tetanus.
You're saying like they're bad for you,
I'm
like.
saying they do more bad than good.
But if, say, someone, like, okay, take it when the smallpox outbreak happened. Well, they came up with a vaccine, that with the cowpox, to prevent smallpox, and that's why it's eradicated. So vaccines actually did help.
There's no scientific evidence behind it.
It's a
That's a good answer.
Have you found anything that shows that like some vaccinations can actually cause you like, cause like the flu shot, sometimes if you get the flu shot it actually causes you to get the flu because it's like the weekend version of the flu. Have you seen like yeah.
It like mutates, there's different mutations.
Like
So
have you
one
seen
never
anything that shows like
does.
some vaccines actually cause you to get what they're vaccinating you for?
I read that you have a chance of getting it because they
Right.
inject the live virus in you,
Right.
but it's not guaranteed that you will get sick from it.
Okay.
Is it required for immigrants coming in from other countries to get vaccinated before they get here so that they don't spread their?
I can look that up for you.
You were saying that infants have a higher mortality rate and like in correlation with vaccines, but is there like any actual scientific evidence behind that besides just birth defects? Like shortening the infants' lives or?
I know that for children the immune system is not fully developed, and whenever they're giving you the vaccination for the flu, they're putting the live virus in you, which your body is not prepared for it, and it can cause you to get sick and die or. Okay.
So you keep saying like there's no scientific evidence behind, leave that. There's no scientific evidence behind like vaccinations and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Then how is it legal?
Money. That's all for the money.
Alright.
Okay, so you said that they have bad chemicals in it. Is that all vaccinations or just some?
All vaccinations.
So you said like they have some things that cause cancer. Has there been any direct link that vaccines like can cause cancer?
I've read from, where was her name? Suzanne Humphrey? No, Robert Mendelsohn. Robert Mendelsohn said that there was, Dr. Robert Mendelsohn said that there was some evidence, but I don't remember exactly what he said.
What type of cancer are the vaccinations causing?
Skin cancer, I'm assuming. I don't know, any cancer in general, just cancer.